Alright, we're back. This is the last save of the multiplayer game we just had. This video we're gonna go over tank warfare and why it's important, and just some tips, I guess, on how to make it work. So just starting with templates. You want to know what kind of template you want to have. I know that's pretty vague, but you want to know if you want to kill infantry, kill other tanks, or a mix. So if you want to kill infantry, this is the template. So you want to max out soft attack. So you can either use normal tanks, or you can use SP artillery, which is self-propelled artillery. You always want to do medium tanks for this, just because they're cheaper than heavies, and you can mount just as much weaponry on them. The downsides of self-propelled artillery is breakthrough. We only have 315 breakthrough for a panzer division, which is very low. So this means if somebody's doing more than 315 attack in the battle, they're going to crit us, and a crit is when your attack is higher than the defense or higher than the breakthrough, depending on whether you're attacking or defending. So if these are normal tanks instead of artillery units, you would have higher breakthrough, and I think you would have more org. I think these artillery ones have less org. Yeah, so for support companies, these stay generally the same, whether you're doing heavies, mediums, what you're fighting. So you want the light armored recon company, and the main reason for that is breakthrough. You can stack a lot of breakthrough on this light tank, and you get a lot of bonuses from it. If you have motorized recon, you don't get the breakthrough from the recon tank. So like you see this recon tank has 44 breakthrough on it. So like of our 315, the light tank support company is like, I don't know, 20% of it. Next up is armored engineers. Assault engineers. They're just better than regular engineers. Simple as. Again, they have some breakthrough, and then just lots of terrain attack. So like 20% attack in urban, you're basically you're almost better in a city. Where is it? Yeah, like this template has more attacking a city than it does planes. Like it's kind of backwards with all the bonuses you can get. Anti-air I have in here. It's kind of a good baseline to have, but in hindsight, this should totally be logistics, just based on where I was fighting all game, up in Scandinavia in the snow, and down here in the Ukraine. I was very overstacked, and I didn't have the supply hub connected for a long time, so yeah, this should definitely have been logistics, and also I had air superiority the whole game, so I didn't really need AA. Flame tank, again, just so much terrain attack. You got 20% fort attack, you got another 15% urban attack, and again another 50 breakthrough or 48 breakthrough. So between these two support companies and this one, say 100, that's like 110 breakthrough from the support companies. And then field hospital, I added late in this game, it should have been earlier. It's basically just for the experience loss reduction. They can get veterancy faster. So if I look at my units, they've been taking a lot of attrition the whole game. If I had field hospitals from the start, or maybe a couple higher levels of field hospitals, these would all be veterans. So it's another mistake. Template. So starting the game, you can't have mechanized really because it's a 1940 tech. So you can't really add that until later. And they are expensive, but they're not as expensive as you think. So if you go to the production tab, you can see I have two variants of mech here. One is 7.7 IC, the other is 3.76. How you do that is you open up the variant tab, and then click down on production cost 5 times, it costs 100 XP, so it's very expensive in XP. And it does cost you a bit in reliability, but that's no big deal. So you can see I only have 10 on it, and I'm making 33 a day, and I'm making 30 mediums a day. So it's like perfect parity, but the ratio of factories is like 4 to 1. So alternatively, to motorized or mechanized, you can do Amtracs. So Amtracs add org, they add soft attack, they add reliability, but they take away hard attack, defense, and breakthrough. They also add river attacks. So if you're going to do Amtracs, you need a few things to make it worth your while. Number one, where you're fighting. If you're fighting in a lot of rivers, like Russia, Amtracs are really good because you get rid of the river bonus. If you have a Special Forces High Command, like this guy, Special Forces attack plus 10%. Again, it's more worth it to have Amtracs because they're a Special Force unit. The next template is if you know you're fighting tanks. So this game I knew that the US player was going to come in with tanks eventually. And then when you're fighting tanks, you don't want as high a soft attack as possible. You want a good balance of hard attack and soft attack, but generally hard attack is better. Like you see my division here is 80% hardness. So if my medium tank was fighting my heavy tank, the medium tank would get absolutely destroyed because it has 800 soft attack, but I don't have any softness in the division really, so it's kind of it's wasted stats. They're tank destroyers rather than heavy tanks. So the difference between a tank destroyer and just a normal heavy tank, if I go to a tank destroyer has less breakthrough, but it has higher hard attack and piercing. So you basically get more attack stats. So if they weren't tank destroyers, it'd be like 500 soft attack, 500 hard attack, give or take. And we still have 700 breakthrough. So again, the breakthrough's coming from our support companies. It's coming from the actual design of the tank. So you can see, oh, I didn't even do it. That just gave us 18 more breakthrough for the tank design per battalion. So if I save that and put it in production, you can see that we went up like 200 breakthrough. So that was I guess another mistake on execution in the game. And the next way to get breakthrough is your radio. So 25% breakthrough base. So with how the game is, to get stats on your tanks, it's all about the main gun. It's not about what technology tank you have. So this whole game I've just been using the 1934 and 1938 tech level. And the reason is because the next level of tank, it doesn't give you any more stats except for reliability, hardness, and armor. And yes, breakthrough too, I suppose. But it doesn't give you any more soft or hard attack. The way that you increase your actual attack is by researching the weapons. So you can see this final heavy cannon 3 has 30 soft, 40 hard. And the bottom one, the starting one, has 20/20. So it's way more efficient to go concentrated industry. Never switch the technology level of your output. Like we're going to be doing basics all game because you can see full production efficiency with all the German ridiculousness. But if I switch this, say I switched it to the 1940 version 2 years ago, and we're only at half efficiency, we'd be having basically the same attack stats, but we'd only be producing like 12 tanks a day rather than 24. So again, you can see on our Amtrak template that we have 6%. We have positive attack going across the river, which is kind of funny. Another thing to know is whether you're going to have air superiority or not. If you're not going to have it, you need to change your template. This one support AA is a good start, but if you know you're going to be like absolutely cast to death, you need to replace a line of tanks and get some motorized AA in there. This will increase the movement speed, help you keep your org more. It's just absolutely necessary, because without full air superiority, you just need AA or you just can't fight. So like I said, you just need the base for technologies. You just need the base chassis, and it's better to spend your tech time on engine and armor, as well as radio. And that's the best way to upgrade your tank rather than the chassis. So increasing levels of engine and armor, you increase the clicks. As you get the next radio, you increase the radio. As you get the next weapon, you increase the weapon. But these two cannons should stay the same, whether it's a machine gun or cannons, whether you're fighting tanks or infantry. Torsion and diesel for reliability if you know you're going to be fighting in bad supply or bad terrain. And then this easy maintenance module, you need maintenance company level too. But it's good reliability, and it also has production costs, so you can produce more tanks. It costs 30 XP to equip it though. It's a pretty big investment. You don't need this. If you want to just add another cannon, that's fine too. So just going over doctrines, this is the pretty default doctrine. Like I chose Armored Spearhead because I wanted to be flexible. If I was going to do only tank destroyers, Tank Destroyer Force would have been fine for more hard attack, more org. And if I knew I was only doing self-propelled artillery, this wouldn't have been bad for a little more soft attack, but this mobile recon and assault also gives a bunch of breakthrough to those support tanks like I talked about. Also, this adds breakthrough to your to all your tanks as well. And then Grand Assault for max planning and more breakthrough. And then Assault Infantry. If you're just doing tanks, individual excellence is better probably, but I had a bit of infantry in this game, especially on those early wars. Oh yeah, last thing to talk about is generals. So you want the bolt attack as your first slot in your high command always. Proper heritage for most of the game for leader experience gain. So this is my general, which he doesn't have much on it, and he doesn't have many traits. Like I did a pretty bad job grinding, but the main thing to look at is he has 8 attack. So he's got a flat 20% attack, and he's a level 6. When you grind Panzer Leader, you might be inclined to pick Panzer Expert on the general you're using, but Combined Arms Expert is better, because this defense also goes into breakthrough, and once you give him the Combined Arms Expert, you assign him the Combined Arms Expert as your high command, like as an advisor. So then your high command, my high command is, I have the Combined Arms guy, the tank guy, and the Special Forces guy for the Amtracs. So all those combined is a bunch of attack, and then I have the division attack guy. But as Von Bach levels up, like say he gets to level 8 by the end of the game, it'll be even another 5%. And then Rommel starts as a genius for the armor attack.